What's up guys, DuArktik with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to talk about Moonstone, and we are going to talk about Moonstone because she's such a sleeper character. I think that people are sleeping on her. Like, let's be honest, KANG is amazing, but Moonstone is not far behind. And you should be on the lookout for this character because this is not going to be this is not going to be like a mid-range character like Titania or anything like that. Moonstone is going to have huge value not only on the Masters of Evil team but also in other teams as well. And she's a character, like I mentioned, is a sleeper character. Everyone is sleeping on her because of KANG. She's living in the shadows of KANG, but if you take a look at her kit is quite amazing. Now, I have to apologize because in my previous video I mentioned that you might be able to double dip on Moonstone at the same time as you are double dipping for KANG, but surprise, surprise, Scopely changed everything. They delayed the patch by 15 days, and because of those 15 days, of course, you are not going to be able to double dip, because this event for KANG requires you to spend power cores. Of course, Scopely doesn't want you to spend power cores and double dip for two amazing characters at the same time. And on top of that, they delayed everything because of the big anniversary that is coming up in 15 days. So yeah, unfortunately we were not able to double dip for that. And we also have this event here remains. We also have the other event which is, oh, okay, there it is. So the KANG hunt. We also have the milestones of this event requiring Cosmic Crucible attacks. And of course, the more Masters of Evil characters you would have, the better. And that would even push you to buy the characters so you can more easily complete these milestones. But I do not understand the mindset of Scopely. They just missed a huge opportunity here to make people more impulsive to buy the character. Like, people will just be, oh, I have all these things, I can double dip, I can do all these things. It will be just amazing as a business opportunity to increase the value of the character. So I apologize. I thought we would be able to double dip for Moonstone and for KANG the Conqueror at the same time, but I don't think anyone was expecting this additional 15 days until the next patch. But we are going to break down the kit of the Moonstone, why is she going to be so important for the game, and why you should be on the lookout for her whenever she will become available. Supposedly, her offers will be available on Friday. And is this a character that you should put like 4 red stars for, or should you put like 6 or 7 red stars for? She's one of those characters that if you have like a lot of 5s and 6s and 7s, maybe you should consider, because she's definitely a great character. But if you get her as a 4 with the right ISO weight, that's not going to be super important. We're going to talk about ISO weight because we also have to change our mindset on that. So yeah, as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button like a boss, because as it seems people like it when I say like a boss, so I'm gonna keep saying that because that's what I like to say. Smash that like button like a freaking boss, motherfucker. Okay, let's go. So let's talk about Moonstone. First off, let's take a look at her stats, and this is already the beginning. This is already the beginning of why this character is so important. So she has a decent amount of health without any buff, 700,000. It's not like beyond amazing, it's not like 1 million, but 700,000 is pretty decent. Then 50,000 damage. Once again, it's not mind-blowing, but it's pretty decent. 30,000 armor, that's very good. The focus, 21,000, almost 22,000. That's very good. But it really depends on the team. She's going to get more focus in Cosmic Crucible. Outside of Cosmic Crucible, not as much, but it's still something to have in mind. Then the resistance, 17,000, is also pretty decent. And then we have the speed, 126. That speed is very, very good. And it's very good for many reasons. First off, she's faster than Mr. Negative, which is great. You could use a combination of Mr. Negative and her. Then she's because she's a bio character, she might also have synergies against Morgan Le Fay, or having her together with Morgan Le Fay. There are going to be many options available. And yeah, like this speed 126 it's better than the sweet spot. The sweet spot usually is 120 speed. She's at 126, making her one of the fastest characters in the game, and with that focus and that speed, that's going to be super convenient. And based on the stats alone, based on the tags being bio and villain and controller and so on, she's definitely a character that you must consider adding to your roster and having as one of your top characters in the game. So, taking a look at her kit, what we have going on now with her kit. So on the basic attack, she's going to apply defense down to one target. And if the target has vulnerability, she's going to get ability energy. Like, this is mind-blowing, because depending on which teams you have together with her, she might be one extremely powerful character, because she's always getting tons and tons of energy, and that means you're going to be able to use her special and her ultimate extremely often. Now, in the Masters of Evil team, you could use her as a striker, you could also use her as a skirmisher. If you are playing at the high levels of Cosmic Crucible, if you are like me, light spender, you face a lot of whales punching up 10 million, 15 million TCP, then you might use her as a skirmisher, because all those guys are going to have all characters with Azawad Blue level 4 or level 5, 70 stars, 700 stars, so on that specific situation, you might want to use her as a skirmisher just to make sure that she applies all the negative effects to the enemies. In other situations, if you are not exactly at that point in time, you might want to use her as a striker. And if you are using her with other characters that are faster than her and that also apply vulnerabilities, once again you want to use her as a striker, because her abilities are just so powerful that it's just something that we have to consider. On top of that, we have to talk about the fact that the Masters of Evil don't need her. It's just unbelievable. The Masters of Evil don't need her. They can beat any team right now without Moonstone. Moonstone is going just to take that team to the next level. But let's be honest, they're already on the next level. So this is going to be a character that, once again, you can slot in on any other team and make that team even more powerful. Or you can take out the trash, call the Absorbing Man. You can take out the trash and put some other character there, and Moonstone also on the Masters of Evil. So this is a character that is just so powerful. It's going to take the Masters of Evil to something beyond. We have never seen such a level of power. But at the same time, she can also help replace characters that are not as good on the Masters of Evil and also outside of the Masters of Evil. So there you go. Okay, so the basic attack, once again, if the targets have vulnerability, she's going to get ability energy. This is just insane. Defense down for the 2 turns is also convenient. And then we have the special sauce. So we have special ability, 5 energy comes full, reduces the speed bar of the enemy with highest damage, and excluding the primary target, and then mind control that enemy to attack the primary target. So depending on which team you are facing, depending on which target you make as your primary target, this can have huge value. You could use this to manipulate like Gambit to attack Rogue. You could use this to manipulate like Abomination or Red Hulk to attack She-Hulk or something like that. And then on top, not only you have the mind control, you also have the turn rewind. This is just such a good ability. But that's not all. On top of the mind control and turn rewind, you're also getting defense down and stun on the primary target, plus a big damage multiplier, 400%. This is just huge. This is just huge. On top of that, in Cosmic Crucible, she's going to apply Disrupt and Trauma. So you have defense down, mind control, turn rewind, stun, Trauma, and Disrupt. It's just so dumb. This ability is just so dumb. And yes, it has a long cooldown, kinda. We have to remember that she's extremely fast and she gives energy to herself, so this is something you definitely want to have on the lookout. And it's a turn 1 stun. Turn 1 stun is just so dumb. It's one of those things that, why is Graviton, there are some characters out there in the game that they are just so good, because ability blocks turn 1, because of stuns turn 1, and when you have a character that is this fast, with the stun turn 1, with defense down, with turn rewind, it's just so dumb. It's actually unbelievable. Okay, so that's Moonstone special. Then we have the ultimate. Now, the ultimate is not as good outside of Cosmic Crucible, but in Cosmic Crucible is just another dumb ability that, once again, you can slot this character on any other team, and it's gonna make that team so much better. It's just, once again, it's just so dumb. It's actually unbelievable. I'm super excited and stoked for this character. So once again, we have another ability. 5 energy, comes full, and attacks the primary target and adjacent targets, and applies defense down +2 on those targets. So you could use this character with the Death Seed, you could use these characters with the Dark Hole, you could use these characters like with literally any team, and they would be insane. So there you go. Multiple targets, damage plus defense down. The damage multiplier is not the best, but let's be honest, we have a fast character applying defense down to the enemies early on. This is just unbelievable. Then in Cosmic Crucible, apply stun to the primary target and reduce the speed bar of the primary target and adjacent targets for 20%. So once again, we have another turn 1 stun with a 20% turn rewind to multiple targets. This is like Hawkeye on steroids. Like, Hawkeye is one of these trash characters that is always good because of his special, turn rewinding the enemies. So we have not only the turn rewind, but we also have a stun, and we have defense down for multiple targets. This is just unbelievable. It's just so dumb. And if you care about Cosmic Crucible, this is definitely a must-have character. And even if you don't care about Cosmic Crucible, for Alliance Wars, and even for Avengers Tower, whenever that shows up again, this is going to be a very important character because of the turn 1 stun and the mind control and so on. It's just dumb. After that, the cherry on the top of Moonstone is her passive, which, depending on which characters we have together with her, it's going to have a huge value, but if you don't have like the right characters, it's not going to be that value. So you can see on turn, she's going to get, if she has at least 1 ally, so if you have a full team, or if you have like 1 character at least, she's going to get 1 evade up to 3. Great. If you have a tank protecting her, she's going to get multiple evades, and once again, because she's so fast, this is going to be amazing. Then if you have Master of Evil allies, she's going to heal up by 10% on turn. She's going to get barrier for 10% as well, so this is going to give her a total health of 20%, which matches some of the best characters we have in the game, like Red Hulk. And then if this character has 3 or more Masters of Evil allies, she clears 1 positive effect on the enemy with the lowest resistance. So that means that she's going to help you destroying some of those pesky enemies. After that, if she has 4 or more Masters of Evil characters, transfers 1 negative effect from herself to the enemy with the lowest resistance. If this character transfers from negative effect from self to the... Yeah, okay, I thought so, it was from self. So once again, this is just so dumb. It's just a dumb character, and the best part about this is that you don't need to have the full Masters of Evil team. You can have just Ultron. You just need to have Ultron because you summon the 3 minions, and that means you are going to have Ultron and the 4 minions, and you are going to get all these benefits. So there is the possibility that you'll have a future where you'll have Titania, Absorbing Man, and KANG in one team, and you have Ultron together with Moonstone on other team. It's just so dumb, it's actually unbelievable. It's really, really unbelievable how powerful this character is, with the evades, with additional health, with additional barrier, clearing negative effects from herself, and clearing positive effects on the enemies. It's just so dumb. And then on top of that, in Cosmic Crucible, she's going to get 50% additional focus, giving Master of Evil allies 50% focus. This is actually important for KANG. KANG struggles quite a lot with the focus. And then we have on offense, Cosmic Crucible, she's going to get 100% more focus, and the Masters of Evil allies are also going to get 100% more focus. So this is why she's going to have so much viability by herself or without it. And like I said, you can use her as a skirmisher or as a striker, depending on which team you are facing. But this is a character that, to be honest, is just ridiculous. And because she's so fast, you could even make her a healer. You could even make her the passive healer of the team just by how many turns she has. I don't recommend it, but it's a possibility. So yeah, Moonstone is just an unbelievable character. We have... in terms of her release, so far we have no idea on how she's going to be released. Her offers, once again, supposedly, subject to change, the offers are going to be available on Friday. I recommend you to get at least 4 red stars for her. If you are free to play, like probably don't even bother. This is going to be important character, but it's one of those things like, what's the point of getting 5 or 6 or 7 red stars if you are not going to be able to fill them up in 6 months from now? Because she's a required character for a legendary character, at some point in time they might make her farmable. But once again, this is a character that has so much value, like KANG, that it might take a while for them to make them available. The same way they are holding back on Agatha Harkness, on Sunfire, and on Braun. It might take a very, very long time to make her farmable. So I really don't expect her to be farmable. She's probably going to be farmable earlier than KANG, but don't expect anything like lower than 8 months, if not longer. Now, in terms of the data mines and in terms of the blog post, I was looking out on the blog post, like I don't see any information here that talks about her event. We have the Shadows event or something that is Return to the Shadows, related with the Psylocke campaign that will be back as the Memory Lane event for new players to catch up. But there is no information here based on when she's going to be released for free-to-play players. No kind of campaign talking about her shards or anything like that. So we don't know when she's going to be available. In terms of the data mines, all coming from Tauna. On the data mines, we also don't have any information for Moonstone. So guys, be on the lookout. Once again, manage your expectations, because yeah, Moonstone, she's a very, very good character. She's one of those characters that don't show up quite often, and once again, she has huge value on Cosmic Crucible, but it's not only to the Masters of Evil. Don't lock your mind beyond the tags of Masters of Evil. Yes, she's part of that team. Yes, she's going to have more benefits on that team, but yes, you can also use her outside of that team, and make sure you do so, because once again, she is unbelievable. She has huge value, and the Masters of Evil, they don't need it. So you can decide to use her together there, or just not use her together there. So it's just something that you have to be on the lookout. And as always, make sure you manage your expectations. This is going to be a great character. It's not a S++ tier character like KANG the Conqueror, but if it's not like S-, it's definitely A+. So it's one of the characters that you really want to be on the lookout, and don't ignore it. Just because people are not hyped about this character, well, first they are wrong, because she's an amazing character, and that's it. Guys, like, once again, don't ignore this character. You're gonna regret it down the line, because she's gonna be super, super important. So that's gonna be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, once again, like a boss, and be on the lookout for Moonstone. I cannot stop advising this, because I know that people are so hyped about KANG that they will ignore this amazing character, and later on they are going to completely regret it. So if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content. If you found the video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord, and I will catch you guys later, hopefully on Friday. Make sure you tune in for the YouTube and Twitch channel, where you'll be live opening red stars for her and unlocking her and testing her out, and see how exactly she's going to be so amazing. So I'll catch you guys later on.